live. Today it's taken place in a wonderful British weather and in a wonderful British countryside. I just wanted to say hello to everyone and wanted to share exciting news. Today we had a big meeting with Pavel Piskaryov, the founder of neurographic methods, and we were talking about neurographic instructors and how now we are in the second decade of neurographic method. We would like to invite everybody to join this worldwide neurographic movement because Pavel's dream is to make the whole planet draw neurographica in the next 20 years. So we're really looking for instructors who can kind of teach neurographica and who can pass on the torch, who will be able to teach neurographica in many different languages in many different countries. So today we had instructors who graduated in different years from the neurographic instructor course, and some of them were from Turkmenistan, some people were from Turkey, and from many different countries. And Pavel was uniting all of us to basically to rally the forces and to join neurographic movement and to bring it in all the different languages to make sure that that as many people in the world will have access to this unique, beautiful method. For example, you know, he says that in 20 years time, in 10 years time, he would like 1 billion people around the globe draw neurographica. And when it happens, you know, the world will become a much better and safer place. Okay, I also have a couple of questions today for this live. The first question was to talk about the neurodesign. As you know, Psychology of Creativity Institute is not just about neurographica. We have other schools. We have the first school is connected with the body, and we have kind of neurodance course there. Unfortunately, it's not available in English language at the moment. We only kind of the neurographica side of the institute is developing, but we have plans starting from the end of this year to open, for example, neurodesign direction. And if neurographica is mainly kind of deals with emotion and the beauty and arts, neurodesign is more about refining the way we think about things. And it is about kind of more, it's very much about coaching. For example, there are some beautiful beautiful tools. For example, Bogoman, you might have heard. It is, how would I call it? It's some kind of like, I would call it a game of life in a way. It's amazing. And then there's, you know, you would study some structures. There's kind of sacral geometry part there. There's also you know, labyrinths and pyramids. So it's an amazing course, as I say, and we're thinking of bringing it to you in English. And the fourth school, it is linked with, it's called Neuronautica, and it is linked with fairy tales and more kind of mythological aspects of human psyche. Another question that I had for today was about neurographic specialists and what competencies and what can neurographic specialists do. So neurographic specialist course is for those people who can, who are already working or who want to work with people. So either in group format or in one-to-one format. And you can kind of, you can only take it if you've taken the basic use of neurographic course. So if neurographic specialist will allow you to use some of the models of neurographica in your coaching. There is some restrictions. Some of the models you can use only in one-to-one coaching, and some of the models you can use in group coaching. So I hope I answered that question. Bear with me. Let me neurographic drawings or neurographic arts, and you can. You will need basically, depending what you draw, it depends on your level in neurographic. It depends if you're a basic user specialist or neurographic instructor. And it is the best thing to do is basically to email us, to email the institute and clarify it. and it clarified in more kind of details. Okay. And today I think I've answered all your questions now. And today I just wanted to talk a little bit about how neurographica is linked to our emotions. So as most of you know, neurographica is a beautiful method that was born 10 years ago. So recently we celebrated 10-year anniversary, and it was developed by Pavel Piskarev, professor and the founder of the method. And it is a unique method of basically of working with all levels of your consciousness. And also it is a great method, as actually quite many arts, of emotional regulation. And it is kind of when you draw neurographica, you express literally your emotions on paper. For example, if you join our basic user of neurographica course, straight away we will give you the tools, the practical tools, how to deal with your difficult emotions, sort of negative emotions, of tension. If something happens that overwhelms you, then literally we teach you how to throw that frustration, those emotional tension on paper and make it beautiful, remove all the tension from there. So straight away, if you start the journey, if you join the basic user course, you will learn how to kind of harmonize your emotions. And in any case, a lot of us, when something happens, we find it quite difficult to express our emotions. And any types of art, and in particular neurographica, will help you to deal with and transform your emotions successfully. Also, neurographica, when you draw, you will kind of learn that it will induce that kind of state of flow. Also, when you draw, you kind of, especially with during the rounding stage, you kind of you work with your kind of, you do the sort of various repetitive kind of kinesthetic motions with your hands, and in that induces that state of relaxation, that state of mindfulness, that's extremely beneficial. There's so many research been done of how mindfulness and how art is beneficial for us, is beneficial for our well-being, for our health. And neurographica is just one of the most beautiful and very easily accessible methods of harmonizing your emotional state and actually even transforming it. Because when you start with certain emotion, when you go into that state, when you draw, you work on it, you process it, and then at the end of each drawing, you will kind of come to a new understanding. You will come to this to the transformation of your emotion from the negative into something more positive. And also, while you draw, you have access to those deeper levels of consciousness where you can find a lot of energy, you can free a lot of energy, and you can get a lot of inspiration. And at the end of each drawing, you will your emotional state will be much more positive, will be much more calm and balanced, rather to what happened when you started. So that's all I wanted to tell you today. And if you want to learn more, the best way to learn is actually study it and start drawing. So the best way to go about it is join our basic user of neurographica course. It is starting soon. The links, you will find it on our website. And we also have the instructor training course that is coming. Well, what's already started, but we're still taking people. We're still sort of throughout summer. If you decide that neurographica is for you, possibly, if you do the basic user course and you get really inspired, you can say, you know what, I really want to share that method with others. So please come and join our growing community of neurographic instructors. And if you speak English, but you also speak another language, you can always take your skills, take your experience, take this method and bring it to your communities and teach it in a different language. So I wish you all the best, and I hope to see you soon at the courses and meet in person or online. Thank you so much once again for joining me, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.